Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Apologize, a little bit of a croaky voice. I am getting over a sickness that I got in New York, but I am back in Brighton before I go home to Ireland for Christmas. I hope everyone is having a good end of year season. We today are going to go through Jake Doolittle's apology, question mark? I haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to say apology, but it's titled Addressing Everything in all lower capitals, which you know we're in for a treat. So we're going to go through that, but before we do that, can we talk about the fact that I walk into my filming room today and I see this and I go, night, hold on. I'm like, wait. I'm like, did I manifest something? This has been my background in my videos for however long now. You know that I have a cardboard cutout of myself as a little gag whenever I'm on stream and I need to go to the bathroom. He takes my place. But the fact it's been like this for so long and... No. Anyways, I will not bore you with talking about Mariah again, but if you didn't see... Mariah Carey brought me on stage. But anyways, that's not what today's video is about, and we're going to get into Jake Doolittle's video. Now, again, I'm going on tour in February. We're coming to Brooklyn, Chicago is sold out, Seattle, LA, Dallas, London, and Dublin. If you get tickets to London or Dublin and let me know on social media, I will send you a signed art card as a little thank you. I only have a couple left from each pal. I think I have 10 left on each one. So let me know if you're coming to either of those shows. And again, I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. And also, whenever I was in New York, I got to see the New York venue. So imagine this, but 400 muckers. I can't wait. All right. Okay. So let's get into the video. I think it's important to watch this as well, because I think that while I've been covering, kind of my opinion to do with Jake, I want to hear directly from him as well. Now, we're not going to rehash the story. I've now made 2 videos on this. I just, for the sake of you getting the new info, if you already know the last. But if you don't, I would recommend watching my 2 last videos on this. It is a mess, and he really screwed up here. But let's get into this video. Again, I love the drama of addressing everything. I love the drama of it all being in lower capitals. He made this video quite quickly, actually, which I know he did a live stream, allegedly. I cannot find it anywhere. It was a struggle to find his original video that was deleted. The live stream is ultimately deleted, but this one is up. I mean, the response to it is not great. I mean, we have 1.9 thousand likes. We have 5.2 thousand dislikes. What are the comments like on this? What made me uncomfortable about the video is your sense of entitlement over other people's money. Do you understand how gross it is to publicly threaten people for money when you make more than most people watching? Read the room. You didn't hint at naming people, Jake. You explicitly said you would name them. Do not try to change the reality of what you said. You threatened to name drop other YouTubers for not donating and then said, oopsies, I'm just too passionate about my nonprofit. Oh, I guess that's going to be the narrative. And I'm sick. That's disgusting. Nobody, no matter how much money they make, should be forced to donate to your charity. There are thousands of nonprofit organizations in this world that need funding just as much as yours. Too long to read. I'm changing my opinions because I got backlash, but I still think I'm in the right, so sorry. Not sorry. Please donate to my charity. Maybe when you film an angry video, sit on it and watch it in the morning. Oh, baby, I've been there. Sometimes that is very important. And if it seems like an appropriate thing to post, then do it. I've been sick all year. I've been sick all of this year with many appointments and procedures, but I wouldn't go to recording and posting a blackmail rant and then blame it on being sick. Now, again, Jake does have a tendency when he gets backlash to kind of hide behind that he's sick or that he runs a charity. I said this in my last video, but, Ethan Klein, friend of this show, said that, he was covering this Jake Doolittle situation, and Jake was like, hey, can you not do this right now? I'm in hospital. Now, this isn't the first time that Jake has kind of hidden behind being sick to kind of get out of backlash, which I think as well. You cannot make a video threatening people and threatening to expose people in this really horrible video and then hide behind that you're sick and people can't give you backlash on it. So I have not watched this. Clearly, though, from the too long to reads that I'm getting in the comments, he is saying that he's sick. And I don't know how that's going to excuse him. But again, I think it's important, while I've been covering the other side of this and how annoyed and frustrated I am at Jake for using his platform like this continuously, I think it's important to kind of hear him out here. This is a video that hasn't been deleted, so he obviously stands behind this. He obviously likes this video. So we're just going to get right into it.
Hello, everyone. My last video sucked. And the following live stream of me in the hospital.
A live stream it was in the hospital? Of course it was. If anyone has any access to that live stream, I don't even have to film a video on it. I just want to see it because so many people were commenting on my video being like, it was so bad. And I'm like, show me then. Show me.
Trying to see what my audience thought of the video and if everybody hated me was also a really stupid fucking decision. I want it to be known that that live stream was not a response to the videos made. At the time, there was one video made about me, and I went live against my fiance's wishes. She was texting me.
Not the Shane and Ryland of it all. Remember when Shane was having his crash out on Instagram Live and Ryland's like, get off. I'm so chronically online. The way I'm able to just pull these references out of my ass and like they make sense to the context in all in which she came and what came before you. No. God. The brain rot that I have. Phenomenal. But literally, it's like when Shane was like, well, you were messaging drama channels. And Ryland's like, get off. That was his fiance.
The entire time telling me to get off live. I could
Get off.
explain what was going on while in the ER, in a lot of pain, and dealing with insurance shit. I was literally like, I'll go live.
Okay. There is something frustrating about any time we have covered Jake Doolittle in a scandal. And I'm pretty sure the last one was this time last year. So he does love an end of year bang, if you will. But I'm pretty sure he did the same thing where he was, saying that he was in hospital and he was sick and stuff. And I'm like, okay, mama, you cannot make these videos and make these threats to people and really show yourself up. And then when you get backlash, be like, oh, well, we can't talk about it because we're coming for a sick person or we're coming for someone who has a charity or someone who's in hospital. Mama, if you're making these videos and you're getting called out for them, you know that you're going to be in hospital a lot because you talk about that a lot. So it shouldn't take a... Anyways, I want to hear Mike. We're only 39 seconds in.
I'll see what the audience thinks, and then hopefully this will all be over. I can explain everything. But first of all, going live and trying to talk about that kind of stuff was really dumb. Also,
I haven't seen it yet, but baby, a live stream in the moment will never serve you good. It will never serve you good.
being in pain, not in a good mental state, and in the middle of talking to nurses, also very dumb. Not only did I go live thinking that I could clear everything up in the span of 20 minutes while waiting for results from knee scans, I also just dug myself a deeper hole. There's a lot to address, and thinking that I could clear things up while on a vertical live stream, holding the phone below my chin is clown behavior.
Hold on. Give me a moment. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Oh my god! That's what Colleen titled her original video about me! I knew it! I was like, wait! I'm having deja vu! I was correct! Jake Doolittle, 14th of December, 2024, addressing everything, all lower capitals. Colleen Ballinger, addressing everything. And you better clock the fact that I disliked it. Only 19,000 people disliked this and over 200,000 people liked it. Oh, I was in the trenches back in 2020. I was in the trenches. I'm grateful for everyone's support now, or at least a majority of people's, but wow. Public favor was not on my side with the same goddamn story 4 years ago. I knew I recognized this title. God, again, this chronically online brain.
I was genuinely trying to compartmentalize everything that was going on, and there was one video that was made and H3 was going live, and I was like, okay, so if I address this, then there's nothing to talk about, everything's all good, and then I can focus on my health. And in reality, while in the hospital live streaming and getting results,
baby, I am only a minute and 37 into this, and I want to be so respectful to you. And there were a lot of people that were commenting on my, actually okay, I'm going to say it like this. There were a lot of people commenting on my video being like, Adam, I'm also chronically ill. And anytime I read chronically, I'm like, online, chronically ill. And they were like, but Jake does hide behind it, or he's using it as a deterioration for people talking about him. I mean, we're only a minute and 37 in, and how many times has he said that he was in hospital? Mama, we get it. And I hope that's all going great, and I truly, truly, truly mean that. But that is very irrelevant to the topic at hand. And that's exhausting. Like, because then it's like, oh, so we can't call him out because he's in hospital. But wait, he did this last time too. And I'm like,
like that, it only made things worse. So this, I guess, is my response to everything that's been said. I want to start out by saying the video that I posted, I was very upset recording that. The attitude and the tone, everything was bad. I came across as annoying and entitled. And prior to recording that day, I had been dealing with one of the first like big major health scares that I have had in the last.
With so much love, if this is going to be 29 minutes of this is, like I said in my last video, it's irrelevant to the topic at hand. You were in a video being incredibly egotistical, incredibly entitled, and threatening to expose people for not giving you money, making your audience feel like shit, isolating yourself from a community, and we're 2 minutes in and we've had... I normally wouldn't comment on this because, like, I am not Jake. So, like, I can't put myself in his shoes as to what he goes through every day. And I'm sure that it is incredibly fucking hard and incredibly draining. And I can't imagine what decisions he makes because of his current situation. But the reason I feel like I can talk about it was how many people were commenting in my video being like, Adam, I am also blank. I am also blank. I am also blank. But this is not okay. And I'm like, okay, so y'all agree as well. So it's not just me being a little bitch.
3 to 4 years. Since I've started YouTube, my health has been somewhat okay. I've only had 1 or 2 surgeries in the last 3 to 4 years, whereas prior to that, there was a lot more and a lot more doctor appointments.
Okay, this is irrelevant to the story, no shade.
I was kind of riding a high of feeling okay. And then I started to get pains that mimicked a lot of what I felt prior to the first round of my surgeries. So I was on the phone with my surgeon and insurance trying to get an MRI approved, but it wasn't able to be approved.
This is irrelevant. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but what does this have to do with the story? Who is texting me? My mom. Truly, I don't know how this is relevant in any way. Sorry, I mean...
Because I needed an x-ray first, I recorded that video with no notes or preparation. It was 45 minutes as a raw file, and I sent that off to be edited and thumbnailed. It came back as 15 minutes, and
You're telling me there was a director's cut of that was longer? Oh, mama, I want to see that. No, but this is crazy. So this went through rounds of editing with external people. External rounds of approval. And it still went up. Okay, so this was no longer just a in the whim video. At least maybe I could hide behind that. Like, this is a one-person team. I film a video. I'm filming this at 7 p.m. It's probably going to be out by 8 p.m. I'm a very like that person. We don't run this through people. We don't run this through editors. You run that through editors or editor for approval, at least by one other person. You sat on that video? Christ. Because he says in his original video, or wait, where did he say that? Was it his original video? He was like, oh, what was it? He said something along the lines of like, the thought has completely left me. But basically that he makes decisions to, it was the comment. It was the comment that I just read. That's what it was. Where they were like, sit on these videos if you're feeling really angry in the moment. But that's what the comment was. But it obviously is something that he agrees with. And he obviously agreed with this until he got backlash, which is always the way. But like, This was not just him filming it and then uploading it an hour later. This went through at least one other person.
Dragged and dropped it into YouTube Studio, attached the thumbnail, and said fuck it, which was probably one of the worst choices I could have made. But I think that's kind of where my mind.
Also, I still just do not understand at all, and I hope he addressed it in this video, why I'm Alex and Cody Ko were in that thumbnail.
Was at the time. I had also been declined for disability insurance because since I'm self-employed, I don't meet the requirements of disability insurance.
This is not relevant.
I feel like trying to get coverage for a house in the middle of the ocean, trying to get like flooding insurance. That also added to my stress because if I end up going through another period of time where I'm very sick, I don't have any sort of backup plan. I had no topics to talk about. I had just watched a video of a YouTuber talking to the camera and ranting about like things that he was passionate about. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do that. And
so the things that you rant about that are passionate about are people not giving you money? You feeling entitled to people's money? You wanting to threaten to expose people? I don't think any of his excuses here are really, and I cannot believe that we're opening the video with so many distractions and excuses. This is why he keeps dealing with this shit. Because I just don't know this attitude he has with it. What the fuck? He's been doing this long enough to fucking know that this is not how you handle something like this.
I'm upset and I'm scared and I'm frustrated with everything that's going on in my personal life. So who cares? Especially since it was...
I thought he meant he was scared of the commentary people.
A complete throwaway video. There's a lot of the stuff that I was saying in that I still stand by, where, you know, I want never stop to work. Like all the basics of it are still very true. But then in my anger,
Oof, 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 oof. Oh, God. I was not expecting him to say that he agrees with most of the video. Okay, let me be a little bit productive here. If I was Jake and I had made that video, which, by the way, no shade, but I literally never would have ever done that, what I would have done as a follow-up, even if I had done a live stream and whatever is entailed in that, I would come onto YouTube. I maybe wouldn't title it this because people would be like, oh, why did you copy Colleen's title? So we'll title it something else. I messed up. We'll title it that in all lower capitals, of course. And I wouldn't tell you anything for the first 4 minutes that is going on in my life that made me so angry because that's irrelevant. What I would say is I would open the video with apologizing to my audience, because you also made your audience feel like shit in this. And again, you're making people that probably 90% make less than you. Like, we are so privileged. Like, I don't hear people say it enough. I know that, like, there's not much editing that goes into my videos and stuff like this. This is the easiest fucking gig ever. Bitch. Like, yeah, I put a lot of hours into it, but this is, like, the least amount of work I think a person could do. And I have an incredible life. Like, as a YouTuber, as an influencer, whatever, like, you are in a very small niche of people that are, you know, very, very, very privileged for very, very, very little work. And shout out to the audience for that. So I'm not going to make you feel bad because actually you're allowing me to do the bare minimum. So thank you for that. But so I would open with apologizing to the audience, saying that he understands, or that I understand how it came across. I would apologize for having hate sent the way of basically every other commentary YouTuber, because you were alluding to every other commentary YouTuber not giving you money. I would say that I know that I'm not entitled to people's money. I'm really passionate about #NeverStopFund, but in that moment of feeling passionate, I got distracted and I got too entitled. And honestly, the video would probably be like 2 minutes long. The fact that this is almost 29 minutes long, and 4 minutes of it so far has been him saying that he stands behind most of the video and guys lay off, I'm sick. That's a tiring, like...
I would say things like, if after a month nobody ends up donating, then I'm going to have to talk about the people who have declined to donate. And that's fucking stupid. That was me trying to be like, this is how hard I'm trying.
You didn't say that if they declined. You said that if they had, like, continued to ghost you, which is very different than them declining, you were going to expose them by name, which is very different.
To make things work, and in reality, it came across as, you know, I have a bunch of rich people who I know. Why don't they give my charity money?
It didn't come across like that, it was that. You said that these people were making $15,000 a month or whatever. Therefore, why can't they give you 500? Oh, but don't worry. He also told us they can write it off on their tax. You did do that. I mean, you're rewriting it a little bit here. How is this video 29 minutes long?
I haven't been happy with the way that...
Is he going to do a song and dance for the last 15 minutes? Like, I don't know how this is going to be any longer. I fear we're in for a long conversation about his health, which is fine, but it shouldn't be in this video.
We haven't been able to up the amount of money given over time, and we are only getting more and more applicants, and we don't have the finances to give out more money to more people. Also, because videos that I've been posting haven't been getting views, and I'm freaked about not being able to post or make money if I have another health scare. I was like, it's something to post. It's not going to get views anyways, but I might make $100 off of it. And that was also really fucking stupid. I had been telling myself, like, I'm going to post every 2 to 3 days. I think it was on day 2 or 3 that I hadn't uploaded, and I was like, I have to do something. Let me just...
Hold on. Let me be a little bit... What are his views? He uploads a lot. Let me tell you something. He is making a lot more than $100 a video. So he's not being honest here. Yeah, I know. I could almost confidently say that unless he is so fucked in his YouTube CPM, like clicks per minute, clicks per rate, whatever like that with ads, that is not true. Therefore, you do have more money to give your charity if you want. It's not on us. You're getting views that are sustaining, getting a couple hundred to a couple thousand at least. Unless your CPM is, you know, so low. But I mean, you have videos with over 100K and stuff. I mean, you're at minimum like in the hundreds per video, I would guess. So you have more money than a majority of your audience to donate yourself. Most people in your audience aren't able to upload an extra couple videos a month and make an extra couple $1,000 a month. So it's crazy that the responsibility lies on the audience to do that. Jake, we both do very similar style content. We know the money that we make. And everyone within this space, you know, based on your views, you know, based on your CPM, whatever like this. And I do think that you're relying a little bit on the audience not understanding the behind the scenes of YouTube with ads and stuff. And let's be honest as well, you can make even more money if you do sponsorships and blah, 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 blah. This is a job. You have to keep it going. We have bills. We exist or we whatever. But we are in a very, very, very privileged position here of we can make a fucking couple videos a month, you know what I mean, and make rent. And then a couple more than that, and you can make a profit. Couple more than that, you can donate thousands to Never Stop. Stop with this. Stop with this. It's really fucking annoying, actually.
Just fucking do this. It was the worst decision I could have made. I do not feel entitled to your money. Your money is your money. As somebody who's freaked about his own personal money, if there was somebody reaching out to me being like, hey, do you want to hear more about my nonprofit? I'd be like, well, I have to take care of myself first. And I don't know.
Okay, this is not the attitude he had in the video, and this is great that he has it now, but the video's deleted, so he can really rewrite the video, which is fine, I guess. But, I mean, based on the dislikes, like, people remember the video. I would just rather someone, like, own up to their shit rather than kind of rewrite what the video actually was.
The people who I'm talking about's fucking financial state. It was a wild assumption to be like, you know, if anybody has extra money, like, I've made a few videos with them, where else would they give their money? And that's fucking very, very dumb, especially while the nonprofit is in a state of like building things up. If it speaks to what my mindset was, I posted that video genuinely not thinking anyone would see it because our website is not functioning at all. I thought that people would
You didn't think people would see a video in which you put I'm Alex and Cody Ko, people who've had some of the biggest allegations against them, both in the thumbnail, and you title it like, I'm tired of commentary people. You didn't think that would get views? Jake, you're fucking lying. You're fucking lying. You're fucking lying. That's like me putting Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein in the thumbnail and being like, oh, whoopsies, I didn't think people were gonna watch. That's bullshit. He's lying! Jake! I don't know if the audience will see through this, but we make similar videos. We know who can bring in views. It's crazy! It's crazy! Just, like, be honest here. You didn't think people were gonna see the video? Why the fuck were them two guys in the thumbnail then?
Recognize my frustration as me trying or showing people that I care, and that's just the wrong way to do it. I didn't want people to think like Jake has had Never Stop
hair in my
for
mind.
the past year and a half. The number of applicants have only gone up, but the number of donations made has not, and I didn't want that to come across as me being content with what we're doing. Like, I want there to be more. It kind of just came across as like a crazed, like, upset person who's not happy with his friends, his health, like really anything in life, and that's the worst. I do think that it was my initial reaction to having the first day in 3 to 4 years where I was just on the phone with doctors and insurance. And I mean, good God, I could have just waited a day to record. I also didn't.
Yeah, but also, I'm like, how much is the... Sorry, my mom's texting me. I'm like, how much is the turnaround, or how long is the turnaround from when the editors edited the video? You know what I mean? You literally said that this, like, went along with somewhere. I don't know. I mean, the constant bringing up of the health here just feels a little bit irrelevant. I don't know.
Didn't think that would get views or attention because I made statements in that video that needed context that I didn't give. Like, I assumed that this was going to be to my core audience. Nobody who I was talking about would see it. It wouldn't be a big deal. And then now it's a whole thing. I said,
I'm just going to be honest. I don't believe that. I don't believe that if you would put them to, like, big drama people in the thumbnail. I just, at its core, I do not believe that. I'm sorry.
That no nonprofit gives directly to people like we do or something like that. And so my core audience knows that in previous videos I've talked about.
But your core audience were the ones that were pissed off that brought it to the attention of everyone else.
I think it's really cool that we're able to give money through PayPal and have it in the recipient's pockets within seconds. But without context, that's me saying no other nonprofit does what we do. We're the best. While we're giving 500. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I also said something like no other YouTuber is posting as much as I am or something. First of all, that's just completely false. And with context, I was trying to be like all of my mutuals who I've been friends with for a while. I mean, they upload, like, basically they upload once a month. And I'm working so hard. But like in reality, these people are putting a bunch of effort into their content and I'm not. That's why I can put shit out like that. I did take notes for this video, so I'm trying to go through them. If I seem a little jumbled, there's a lot to cover. The reason why I ended up talking about how no influencer has donated to Never Stop is out of all of those stories that I told of people not giving to Never Stop, one of those happened recently, and that's the one that spiraled me into a fucking tizzy. So a YouTuber reached out to me and...
But you said it was because of the hospital that provoked you to make the video because you were going through all the health scare. But now it was the person not donating and giving you your money that was. Jake, please.
Get on a call and wanted to hear more about my nonprofit, and we talked about like all this different stuff. I got my hopes up. Like, this was somebody who could change Never Stop.
I can't believe he's like doubling down on this, even if this was how he's feeling, because it really goes to show that like he believes that if he does something for someone as a favor, they therefore owe him money to donate to his charity. Because he said this in his original video, which was like, well, I helped this person do this, and why wouldn't they help me? As in, give him money.
and kind of was saying things like, you know, I want to hear more about your nonprofit. Let's talk more about philanthropy. Let's do like, and so in my head, I was like, holy shit, I mean, this is amazing. And then that person stopped talking to me. I found these fucking,
I think I know why.
times that I've talked to other influencers and used that against them. And that was really fucking shitty. And I don't want to give too much detail about this situation because this whole idea of threatening to say names was so fucking stupid in the first place that I don't want to now have this video be me releasing a name. But like, I built up in my head over the span of a week different possibilities of working with this person and pitching things.
But in the original video, you literally said that you were going to name him. Name him. You know what I mean? You can't just kind of like walk around the fact that you did that. That's a really big shitty thing to do, by the way. And then you're like preaching, well, why does no one want to work with me?
They had reached out to me, and I know for a fact that I put too much like pressure on that whole situation. I don't think that anybody is obligated to give me money. It is all out of me just being frustrated that things aren't going as well as I'd like them to be. I'm not making enough money to really change anything with the outcome of Never Stop. And I started to find like situations where I was like, oh, well, that person I spoke to a few times and they didn't give me money, so I could use that to back up my claim and argument that people should give me money. And I apologize for making people feel pressured and like hinting at outing people who didn't fucking donate.
Hinting? Question mark. You said you were going to name these people. I really hate when people do this in an addressing everything video. Which is like, they'll take little bits of what actually they said, but they'll kind of like rewrite it so they don't have to like fully apologize.
Again, I've been taking notes for like 2 days, trying to get everything in order, but now that I'm reading this back, everything's not in order. So I made 3 copyright strikes after that video. The only videos that I copyright striked were pure re-uploads to YouTube with no commentary over it.
No, I said in my video where he was copyright striking people that the ones that I saw were re-uploads of the video. Do I have a problem with him copyright striking a video that adds no commentary? No, because that's not fair use, and I said that in my last 2 videos. The thing that I did say, though, was that it comes across like he doesn't want people to have access to the original video at its core. Because if he's keeping commentary ones up, those videos are like fucking 5 hours, you know what I mean? So, yes, I understand why he took them down, but it also did kind of show to an audience that he didn't want anyone to see this video.
There's a lot of people who think that I have been copyright striking critical videos of me. I am completely okay with critical videos. I watch a lot of them, and they hurt my feelings, but like, a lot of it's valid criticism. I will talk about the criticism that I think is completely unjust in a little bit, but when it comes to the copyright claims themselves, they were straight re-uploads of the live stream and my original video that I took down at like 11,000 views. I retracted one of the strikes on the re-uploads because the person emailed me and asked me to retract it. I also felt bad because this person created a new YouTube account to try to re-upload archives, and they had already gotten like over 2,000 subs off of an archive channel. My goal was not to ruin this person's channel, so I took back one of the strikes, and then I think they only have one standing for the next 90 days. And even if I am not mentally prepared to deal with commentary videos about me, I'm not going to take any action against that because I make commentary videos. I understand that that sucks. Now, I guess we'll talk about Never Stop's sort of behind the scenes funding and stuff. The way that Never Stop is structured, it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization out of the state of Maine. Here are some of the payments that we've sent out this year. Starting in October, here's 500 we did via PayPal, 129 that was for promotional materials for an event that we did. This was a Walmart grant right here. These are just various payouts from Stripe and PayPal. Another sticker mule purchase. Staples was postcards and like pamphlets that we handed out during this event. The only withdrawals are business expenses and the $500 a month. If there's any confusion with Never Stop Clothing and the Never Stop Fund, the way that I was told that we should structure everything is we take the Never Stop Clothing and the Never Stop Fund and separate them because Never Stop Clothing, Jake Doolittle, my company, would take 10% of the profits and donate that to the Never Stop Fund. Two completely separate entities, probably stupid as shit that they were the same names, but I had started Never Stop Clothing when I was 16 years old on Facebook selling to my mom's friends just for proof. Look at this. Never Stop. Isn't that nice design? Jesus Christ. Liked by my fiance in 2018. Prior to YouTube, prior to everything. That was one of our later releases. There were other ones that I can't find. The Never Stop Fund was started because I had made the Never Stop Clothing brand and I wanted to give back to people who are going through the same thing that I once was. Never Stop Clothing was first, and then I liked the name Never Stop and started Never Stop Fund. I didn't want to get rid of Never Stop Clothing, so I made them two separate entities. And in retrospect, that's confusing as shit. And if I could do it over again, I would just have personal merchandise and the Never Stop Fund with maybe not the same name. But I thought since there were two different URLs, it would be better. I don't know. And I apologize for the confusion. On the upside though, since there's been so much confusion and so many questions, 100% of all of the profits from the Never Stop Clothing brand now go into the fund. And the reason why the websites are so fucky is because I am trying to merge two websites into one and still have the clothing brand, but also have the old website redirect to the new one. This is the Never Stop Fund application form. People were wondering about the security of this. When you upload your tax return or any proof of disability or food stamps or government programs, the file is only shared with my personal email, not the Google Workspace. I'm the only one who sees all of this. I absolutely want to address this website. This is the one that we're currently trying to rebuild, but as you can see, prior to the controversy, I literally was trying to figure out how to add pages to different Shopify tabs, and seeing the mistakes that I've made while trying to build up Never Stop on such a public platform is horrifying. So up until now, I feel like all of the criticism has been very valid. I can take a lot of the jokes that people are making about my health. I also understand that it all seems insane. It all seems crazy. I get and also don't get why people don't understand it. I feel like it's people who have never experienced like strange autoimmune stuff who are like, there's no way he could have actually been this sick. Like that's what I dealt with my entire life, and I can sort of brush that off. But there are a few things that I feel like I need to address that I don't think are justified at all. So again, because I hate myself and I watch every hate video about me, I watched H3 go through essays that I had wrote in college about my experience.
Oi, remember whenever I was like, what's the last 15 minutes going to be, a song and dance? No, I mean, putting all of this in one video is a little bit of a wrong decision, in my opinion. Now, again, fuck do I know. But what I will say is we opened this video with like 5 minutes of excuses and irrelevant stuff about your health. Then you spent another like 10 minutes basically kind of hinting at what you said, but like not totally owning up to what you said. And then I guess the remaining 10 minutes of this video is going to be you saying that you don't agree with other criticism that you've been getting. This is an interesting approach, I will be honest. Okay.
I forgot that I even wrote these. We were given an assignment to talk about like different kinds of...
This video should have honestly been like 5 minutes max, and then he could have gone back to uploading regular content and people wouldn't have given a fuck.
Discrimination that we
in a good way
in our lives and how it's affected us or been shown towards us, right? And so I wrote these two little articles and then was asked to post these on our school's blog or whatever. I would have never done that had I known they would be in front of hundreds of thousands of people. This first one is called Age Discrimination. That's about me being young and in college and trying to get opportunities, and then people would think that I was too young. That one at the time was very bothersome to me because I was like 16 or 17 trying to get full-time jobs, and they were like, you're too young, but you have experience. And I was like, but the experience. And they're like, no, you're fucking 16 years old. Stop. This one to me has been the worst that people have talked about. Actually, no, the second worst, because there's also people posting a video of me when I was 15 talking about how I'm sick, or 16 or something. That's insane to me. This one's called Disability Discrimination. It was made in 2020. I think it was 18, 19. And I talk about how I've been sick for the last 15 years. There's been a good amount of people who have been reading this and they're like, I don't fucking believe it. I think it's stupid as shit. I don't think this even happened to you. And luckily enough for you, because you have made it so that I have to do this, I will show you all of the medical records that I have on hand and also scans of the inside of my knee proving to you that this has all actually happened. That's actually insane that I've gotten so many comments and so many people have been saying that I've been faking everything, that I need to do this. I couldn't read, comprehend, or genuinely think because the pain was so bad. That is true. The diagnoses that I have affected me neurologically to a point where on bad days, I was just sort of sitting in my bed with an eye mask and ice packs on my forehead and headphones because I couldn't fucking function. I went to like a brain retraining program for people who have had strokes because my eyes weren't tracking, like I couldn't read or track across like a page without getting migraines or write or really genuinely use my fucking brain. In the end, they attribute everything to like that tick bite, but I mean, who knows? In middle school, I started to fully understand what discrimination is. One day I showed up to school in a wheelchair because I woke up and I couldn't walk. So I'll give you details on that. I woke up and I couldn't walk. I couldn't do crutches because it was affecting both of my legs. I rolled up to the front door and the nurse greeted me by rolling her her eyes. She pulled my mom aside and told her that my wheelchair was too much of a hassle and a distraction. The entire school, I thought I was faking my pain for attention. We actually spoke with lawyers regarding that, and unfortunately we didn't have a case because I did not kill myself due to the treatment that I received from Mahoney Middle School in South Portland, Maine. The middle school I went to was a very old building, and they didn't have elevators. They only had stairs, but on the stairs, to be ADA compliant, they had these little things that you could roll a wheelchair up on, and it would take like 5 minutes for this thing to go down the stairs. I was like, hey, can I leave class like 5 minutes early? A janitor or somebody can help me navigate this. I was the only person who needed to use.
Okay, this is a lot of information to take in. I honestly don't believe any of it is relevant. But again, just remember that this is his video addressing threatening people for not giving him money. Okay, back to the video.
Use it. The nurse was saying how much of a problem that was because there needed to be someone to man the chairlift. And so what they ended up doing was just putting me in the like teacher's meeting room and bring me meals. And so I would be there for like 6 hours. Also, I want to clarify, I said I couldn't read, comprehend, or genuinely think because the pain was so bad. So like whenever I used my brain or read or tried to do homework, me saying I couldn't do this means that it would cause migraines and headaches and I would feel nauseous and I would sometimes vomit. Not that I didn't know how to read, but that when I did these things, it would cause me so much pain that I would say, I couldn't do this. I did have 100 doctor appointments in 1 year. That is true. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. Okay, let's chat. A lot of people are saying that Lyme disease is fake. Chronic Lyme disease is fake. And like, these are channels with like 3 million subs who are saying that chronic Lyme disease is fake, which is really insane. When I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease, that was not a controversial thing. Here's the thing that disappoints me the most. It's all based on terminology. Basically, I was bit by a tick when I was 3. I didn't start treatment for like a decade after. And so they weren't able to catch it and treat me like they would with somebody who got Lyme disease and they caught it early. Because it was in my system for so long, I was on antibiotics for a majority of my life, which is really, really bad for you. People literally just read headlines, and it really frustrates me because people who...
What the fuck does this have to do with his original video? Any of it. I'm so sorry you're going through this, Jake. I really, really, really mean that. What does this have to do with the original video?
Have Lyme disease that
and why is there 8 minutes left?
30 days of antibiotics, according to some of these big channels, are completely fucking false. But the report that they're quoting from the CDC, this is the exact same thing that they're reading. They do not read the entire thing that says the conditions where patients experience prolonged symptoms due to Lyme disease is called post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, and its cause is currently unknown. The Centers for Disease Control encourages using this terminology when communicating about prolonged symptoms due to Lyme disease. They discourage the term of chronic Lyme disease because it implies that prolonged symptoms are caused by an ongoing bacterial infection when in fact the cause is not currently known. So I use Lyme disease as a blanket term for the co-infections that I got from the initial bite. I have a diagnosis of Bartonella, which is a parasite that's in your blood that I got from the initial tick bite of Lyme disease. We would assume, this is all guesstimating, the only thing that I can tell you is what shows up in blood results and what my diagnoses are. They don't know what really caused all of these things. I have these marks specifically under my armpits and on my legs. That is called Bartonella rash. I understand why people would be confused, but then to say that I've been faking it because I used the wrong terminology because it was not told to me when I was 13 years old and diagnosed is absolutely insane. I also saw that H3 said that there was no way that I could be 23 with 9 knee surgeries. Here are photos from every single surgery that I had. This goes back to 2016, 2017. I'm sorry that I'm cropping these weird. It has the location of the surgery center that I go to. April 25th, 2017. This is me dancing in another hospital bed. Fuck. Pre-surgery, July 7th, 2017, August 25th, 2017, 2017, again, August 13th, 2018. I don't remember if that was knee or if that was a different one. This is some of my most recent ones, January 7th, 2021, April 1st, 2021, and then April 22nd, 2022. And also, just because I am trying to be a open book, I went into my insurance portal, and the only things that I can find are from my most recent insurance that I got. So these are some of the diagnoses. I mean, chronic pain, who cares? Muscle wasting and atrophy, that's because I had just had screws in and I wasn't moving. Okay, so osteochondritis dissecans, I believe, is what's causing the cartilage to shred constantly and for my menisci and stuff to be so weak. That's also, I believe, why my knees crumbled in the first place, or it was from one of the bacterial infections. I don't know. Oh, pink eye, that one doesn't count. Arthritis of the knee, systemic Bartonellosis, there are 2 separate tests. Lyme disease, 3 separate blood tests. Also, I say chronic Lyme disease because if I'm testing positive for for it in blood and it's not going away after 30 days like everybody says it will. I believe that that's chronic. I understand that the term post-treatment Lyme syndrome is correct, but it is a chronic condition. Psoriatic spondylitis, I thought I had ankylosing spondylitis. Are you incorrect? Chronic fatigue syndrome. I mean, just a lot of random shit. And that's not even including all the stuff that I got when I was at Boston Children's and in Connecticut and doing all that. That's literally within the last 4 years. I also just want to respond to a few of the things that are online. This guy, Nicholas Diorio, I don't know who he is. He has been posting this horrendous fucking photo. I wish that I could show you the original photos that I took, but that's after the brand said you have to look a little bit more enthusiastic. And so I did that as a silly joke. I mean, he has been constantly tweeting about me. I attempted to do a bunch of AMA.
Sorry, that sex toy photo is so funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry. Oh, God. Oh. Sorry. Shout out Adam and Eve. They've never once made me do that. Sorry. Oh, goddamn. Goddamn. By the way, this video isn't sponsored, but my Adam and Eve deal's still on. 4 items, $20. AdamandEve.com/Adam. They're not paying for this video, but if you want some really discounted shit, AdamandEve.com/Adam.
This horrendous fucking photo. I wish that I could show you the original photos that I took, but that's after the brand said you have to look a little bit more enthusiastic. And so I did that as a silly joke. I mean, he has been constantly tweeting about me. I attempted to do a bunch of AMAs talking about like never stopping stuff on Reddit. They all got taken down because I'm stupid and I didn't have enough karma to post. And all the mods ended up like auto taking these things down, obviously, because it was against their terms of service or whatever. And the only one that stayed up was a Lyme disease subreddit I had posted on. And I did that because I was going through these subreddits and the main problem is nobody has money and a lot of the treatments you have to pay out of pocket. I did that to be like, hey, this is where you can apply. That was taken as me failing at everything. He only ended up tweeting this video here. That was a news story done when I was, Jesus Christ, like 15 or 16 years old. What the fuck? This is the shit that really, really bothers me. Honestly, when people go like, he's ugly, he's fat, he's stupid, that's fine. But when you start digging up like shit that I've done in the past to try to like talk about what I've been going through, that's insane. Oh, I also needed to show my knee scans. Fuck. All right, so here are my knee scans. So this was from one of my left knee surgeries. So this used to be the cartilage in my knee, and because my bones at the time had broken apart, and then
number one, I don't want to see all that. No shade. Number two, we have got to get back on topic with what this original video was for. Right? I don't mean to be a bitch, but like, I've never seen an addressing everything video that really isn't addressing anything at all.
Number 9 was taking all of the hardware out when the cadaver cartilage and bone had set in and my body had accepted it. What I'm feeling right now in my knees is every like 3 to 4 years, and it's kind of about that time. Now back to this video that was posted. So to promote the nonprofit that had given me free flights to go see a specialist, they asked me to do this news story for them to show like, hey, we're going to promote our stuff and we would love to have you be on camera. People like Keemstar think that this video is a bomb being dropped, and I don't quite understand. I am prepping for a bunch of people to use this video against me, but I don't know how. I've also talked about this on my channel before. I've not been hiding this. So that's when I couldn't read or write without getting migraines. This is a different place that was trying to retrain my brain and eyes. This is not the stroke place that I went to. And then my mom talks, and I'm not going to show that because she fucking cries. This is so frustrating. Okay. And then there are some comments that really bother me. And this is a lot of the mindset of the people who think that I am Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I have grown up as Gypsy Rose. I've got the fucking glasses. I just need to switch up my voice. Okay. Either he's actually chronically sick or you just unearthed a Munchausen by proxy situation. Clear case of Munchausen's by proxy. Did so little he bankrupted his mom. We really need to get to know this man's mom. So that's on Twitter. And then the Reddit community said, this is so interesting. Like, he's never really gotten a solid diagnosis. If chronic Lyme disease isn't a thing, maybe he does have lasting effects. I don't know. I have so many questions. I admit I have suspicions of Munchausen's, but I feel like I'm in the wrong. I feel like a huge dick, whatever. Munchausen's is way more prevalent because of social media. And I ticked all the boxes. Sure, it can exist, but without Jake's personal medical files, it's not reasonable to speculate that his illness isn't real. Well, I showed you all my medical files, and I've shown you the inside of my knee tearing apart due to those diagnoses. I don't know what else I can give you. I'm sorry if this is unbelievable. This is why I started Never Stop. The video that I made was fucking stupid, and I was angry, and I regret it, and I absolutely apologize for what I said during that video. This was a really long video, but I appreciate you if you stuck through it. I hope that this cleared some stuff up. Again, I apologize for that video 100,000,000%, and I'm sorry to my creator friends, and it was a stupid take, and I can absolutely admit that, but I guess that's it. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Goodness me. I mean, what am I to comment on when this entire video was just about his health rather than, in the most respectful way, what it actually should have been about? I want the vibrator photo up again on the screen. No, seriously, like, I thought in an addressing everything video, which I'm no stranger to, hi Colleen, I thought that he would be addressing the video at, and then just leave it at that. I can't comment on his health, nor do I want to comment on his health, but I just feel like this keeps happening with Jake, and this is always his response. And again, I can't imagine what he's going through, and I'm sure it's incredibly frustrating, but like, you cannot keep making these addressing everything videos when you get in a scandal and the entire thing is just about your health. All right, Muckers, I'm going to love and leave you. There, we watched it. We got his side of the story. Great. Yeah, goodbye.